Let me ask you something. Have you ever jumped on a call with an investor who seemed like they were interested just to find out that they're not accredited, they're not ready, or they just wanted to pick your brain? At this point, you've now wasted 45 minutes, your energy's drained, and your confidence takes a hit. That's what I like to call death by unqualified lead. And it's killing your raise and you may not even know it. Today, I'm gonna show you one of the ways that we've helped our users eliminate that problem using one simple tool, a quiz funnel. If you've already raised $5 million or more for your real estate or business venture and don't currently have a solid process for qualifying your leads, then maybe what I'm about to show you is the answer you've been looking for. My name's Dallin, and there are two things you should know about me. One, I've raised millions of dollars for real estate projects. Two, I nerd out on building efficient systems to help others do the same, especially by leveraging a quality CRM. So let's jump right into it. First, let's just acknowledge something. You will never bat 1,000. You're going to hear no way more than you hear yes. And the only thing I've done to work through that is honestly to put in the reps. Every time I heard a no, I'd review that conversation and the notes to try to better understand why. And sometimes it was timing, sometimes they weren't accredited, sometimes they just didn't understand the opportunity. Maybe I didn't communicate it well enough to them. But after doing this over and over and over again, I recognized a pattern that kept showing up. I did a poor job at qualifying that lead early on. It was me. And I was so excited to talk about the deal that I didn't stop to ask if it was actually a good fit for that investor. Since then, our team has gotten much better at qualifying leads before that call even happens, and there are plenty of ways to do this. But one of our favorites, because it's so simple and effective, is using a quiz funnel. A quiz funnel is a short 10 to 20 question form that does two powerful things. First, it helps a person taking it gain clarity on their investment goals. Second, it gives you, the owner, the insight you need to guide that conversation that will ideally pursue following the quiz submission. Not every answer is created equal. Each one is weighted differently, which means the outcome can be customized based on how someone responds. Instead of you qualifying the lead qualifies themselves. And I'll show you a real life example in just a minute, but first let's break down how to build a quiz funnel from the ground up. Step 1, start with the end in mind. Ask yourself, who is my dream investor? For us, it was someone who was accredited, self-employed with a solo 401k or IRA between the ages of 45 and 55 and looking to deploy capital in the next 3 to 6 months. That's your ICP, or your ideal client profile. The easiest way to define it is to look at who's already invested with you and what they have in common. We'll dive deeper into how to build your ICP or avatar in another video. But for now, let's talk about how to build your quiz backwards from this person. Every question should act as a filter. Are they accredited? Do they have a retirement account? How old are they? When are they planning to invest? But here's the secret. Don't ask those questions so directly that it feels like an interrogation. Your quiz should create value for the investor and give you the clarity you need. Step 2, use language that pre-qualifies. Frame your quiz around the outcome they care about. Add value, sprinkle in some education, and guide them through it. Instead of, take our investor quiz, say something like, find out which real estate deals are the best fit for your investment goals. It shifts the focus off of you to them. Rather than posing the question, do you have a retirement account? Try something more like, do you currently have a 401k or an IRA that could be used for real estate investments? Make it easy for them to answer by having options like A, no, but I want to get started. B, I have one, but I'm not sure if I can invest in real estate. Or C, yes, and I've already used it for real estate. By approaching it that way, now it's value add, it's not a screening tool, but secretly, it's both. Step 3, assign scores to each response. In that example I provided above, the person who says, yes, I've already used it, is obviously the most qualified response. As the quiz progresses, their answers stack up and then they're calculated behind the scenes. Then at the end, they enter their name, email, phone number, and then they get their desired result. And pro tip, don't send them to a landing page or a Google Drive doc. Email the results. If they're serious, they will give you a real email address, and that's one step in further qualifying. Step 4, segment and automate your follow-up. Once they complete the quiz, they fall into one of 3 buckets. Bucket 1, hot and ready. They get a direct link to book a call or some other next step action. Bucket 2, warm but not ready. maybe they get nurtured with tailored content. Or bucket 3, they're cold or they're unqualified. You still provide value, they still get answers, but the invite to book a call is maybe pushed down the road a little bit further until they're more ready to go. This saves your time and protects your brand. Now imagine jumping on a call with someone who's already qualified. You've reviewed their answers, you know where to focus, and their profile is right in front of you. How much more confident would you feel? How much more time would you save? How much better do you feel that that conversation would go? That's the power of qualifying leads before the call. And trust me, I've learned that the hard way. Step 5, personalize the experience at scale. This is where a tool like Capitallyst Pro becomes a game changer. With our automation stack, quiz responses update the lead's profile instantly, they trigger relevant follow-ups, and personalize your email communication without you even lifting a finger. You log into your dashboard and instantly you see who's most engaged, most qualified, and most ready to deploy capital, all before the call even happens. That's what happens when you stop guessing and start systematizing. To wrap this up, I want to show you a real life example. So I'm going to jump over to my computer and walk you through a quiz we built to help leads gain clarity on their investor risk profile. All right, so now I'm going to show you what a quiz funnel in action looks like. So this quiz right here, this can be embedded onto a landing page. You can brand it, you can decorate it, you can make it look nicer. This is just the quiz function itself because I want to show you how the questions work. All right, so this quiz is what's my investment risk profile. So trying to gauge where people's risk is. Are they low, moderate, or high risk investor? And so with this, they can go through and take it. There's a little legal disclaimer there. Then there's questions like, what's your primary goal for investing? How do you feel about market fluctuations? If your investments drop 15% in a short time, what would you do? What's your ideal investment horizon? How much of your portfolio would you allocate to higher risk investments? So there's just a series of questions here. And as they go through that, again, each question is being weighted based on the response they provide. And then what happens is at the very end, I'm just going to click through some of these so you can see what happens. They have to submit to get their results. So they put in their name, email. I would suggest throwing a phone number in here as well if people are comfortable providing that. And then when they submit this, it triggers an email from the system that gets sent to them. And these are previews of the email. So it pulls in their first name using custom fields and says you're low risk, and then it just has some education, some information around it, right? With an invite to schedule a call. Then there's moderate risk, high risk. Each one has different information on it, and whichever one gets sent to your quiz taker depends on the results that they take. Now, this is super cool as well. So now I'm in my profile. I'm in mine. I'm not sharing some random stranger with you. Number one, here's engagement scoring. If you've seen engagement scoring videos that we've done in the past, this is huge because it tracks if people are opening, clicking, filling out forms, anything of the sort. So that's the engagement score. But right here, you can see the investor risk profile quiz. And here are all the answers that were taken. So now when I'm on a call with this potential lead, I have additional information right in front of me before we even get on that call. And that can help me guide the conversation even better. So quiz funnels are a great way. This gives you a quick example. Let's jump back over to the studio to wrap things up. So there you have it. If there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's this. Qualified leads create confidence, and confidence closes capital. Quiz funnels are a fast, fun, and simple way to remove the noise. They protect your time, and they consistently attract the right investors. No guessing, no chasing, no hoping. So if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start raising more capital with clarity, confidence, and a system that works even when you're not, check out our pre-recorded demo in the description below. Now, we're on a mission to support real estate professionals like you, and by subscribing and smashing that like button, you're helping us reach even more people. We seriously couldn't do it without you. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.